You're listening to The Sports Moment.
May 8th, 2024.
Part of the Sports Moments and Memories with Craig Olson podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a sports moment. Sponsored by Pemberton Law and Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
Lake Area Docks and Lifts, more than just docks and lifts. Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
Welcome to Sports Moments and Memories. I'm Craig Olson. Glad to have you stopping by for our podcast. And I do want to remind you, we do have part one of our Otter Hockey History feature podcast now posted live. And you can certainly enjoy the video and audio portions on YouTube, and just be looking for part two and part three coming up in the next few weeks as we trace Otter hockey history. And I want to thank all the coaches and former players who helped us put that together. And Dan Olson, who's been doing the editing for us and making sure that everything turns out well. And Dan's been working hard on all three parts of that, and we look forward to presenting the whole feature podcast over the next few weeks. And thanks for the comments that we've been getting on the part one podcast that is up. And, of course, we do have feature podcasts on the Lady Spartans National Championship basketball team from 2000-2001, the 1984 Pelican Rapids Boys Basketball Championship team, the Fergus Falls Boys Basketball State Tournament team of 1984. We've had a lot of fun researching and putting all those together, and you can check them out through our podcast links as well. Well, yesterday, another rainy day, and the Otter golfers were involved in a tournament in Wilmer at Eagle Creek Golf Course. And Annika Jerkis did her thing. She shared medalist honors with Shayla Nordland. They shot rounds of 74 to lead all of the golfers. Alexandria won the team title with a 336, and the Otters were a distant second with a 360. Rounding out the Otter team scoring, Ellie Berggren had a 99, and Hannah Bai had a 103 for the Otters. So they are competing today in Bemidji at the Town and Country Club there. It is their pre-section meet at what will be their section course here in just a few weeks. Well, the high school baseball and softball schedule yesterday, a lot of games were played. Wet conditions, I'm sure, but fields are in playable shape. And the Otter Tail Central baseball team recorded their 10th consecutive win. They beat Pillager 4-0. Now, 10 wins in a row is a record for that baseball program. So congratulations to Ryan Hendrickson and his team on that accomplishment. Owen Herrig had a home run in that win for Otter Tail Central as the Bulldogs keep rolling on. Parker's Prairie won their game 10-4 over Monaga. It was Sauk Rapids Rice over Fergus Falls 6-3. And Alexandria beat Wilmer 6-0. In softball, Ezra Baker got a walk-off double to lead Otter Tail Central past Pillager 11-10 in the first game of their doubleheader. The Huskies won the nightcap 14-7 to gain the split. Pelican Rapids won against Mahnomen Waban. They needed an extra inning to do it. 5-2 the final score. And Ricori shut out Fergus Falls in softball by a score of 5-0. Pemberton Law Firm serves you from 4 different locations, offices in Fergus Falls, Wadena, Detroit Lakes, and Alexandria, and online at pemlaw.com. Pemberton Law carries a legacy of trustworthy and reputable legal representation dating back to 1883. Lake Area Docks and Lifts offers premium waterfront equipment sales, service, and installation. Best quality and service at the best prices. Just ask your neighbor at the lake about Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
Lake Area Docks and Lifts, more than just docks and lifts. Lake Area Docks and Lifts.
Well, last night's Twins game, I chalked that loss up to Rocco Baldelli. Couple of things. Bailey Ober struggled in the first inning. Okay, he gave up 2 runs. Twins battled back, took a 4-2 lead on the strength of a 3-run homer by Ryan Jeffers, who's just been on fire so far this season. And after 5 innings, the Twins led 4-2. So here's the deal. The bullpen was depleted. The Twins had already addressed that. Rocco in his pregame comments was saying some guys were not going to be available in the bullpen. They were going to be shorthanded out there. So you would think Bailey Ober, having thrown 84 pitches in 5 innings, was still shy of that magical 100 number, and had been pitching well over the last 4 innings he pitched. So you would think he'd come out for the 6th, right, with the depleted bullpen situation and all. Well, Rocco decided against that because the Mariners were bringing up the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in that inning, which would be the 3rd time that they had faced Ober, and Rocco didn't like that scenario, obviously, so he went to the bullpen. And Cole Sands did fine. He got him through that inning. But the bullpen, again, was depleted, right? So in the 8th inning, after Cal Raleigh had hit a grand slam in the 7th to make it a 6-4 game in favor of Seattle, the Twins were able to tie the game with single runs in the 7th and 8th at 6-6. So after Jorge Alcala pitched the 8th inning for the Twins, we go to the 9th in a tie game, and Rocco sends Alcala out again for his 2nd inning of relief. Now, as you know, in this day and age in Major League Baseball, relievers usually pitch an inning or part of an inning. They rarely throw more than 25 or 30 pitches in a game. Well, Alcala was asked to go out and get through his 2nd inning of relief. He couldn't do it. The Mariners got to him. 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, a wild pitch. Not a good inning for Alcala and the Twins, as they lost 10-6, and they've now lost 2 of 3 since that 12-game winning streak ended. Now, the good news is the Cleveland Guardians lost as well. So the Twins did not lose any ground. They are still 2.5 games back and tied for 2nd with Kansas City in the American League Central. Detroit is now 4 games out and in 4th place. The 3rd game of the series with the Mariners is tonight. Chris Paddock will get the ball. He has pitched well of late. He's 3-1 with a 4.78 ERA. Right-hander George Kirby will pitch for Seattle. He is 3-2 with an ERA of 3.76. And the 2 teams wrap up their 4-game series with an afternoon game tomorrow at Target Field. Minnesota Timberwolves center Rudy Gobert owns a piece of an NBA record after winning the league's Defensive Player of the Year award on Tuesday for the 4th time in his career. Gobert, who is 31, also won the honor in 2018, 2019, and 2021 when he was a member of the Utah Jazz. And he joins Hall of Fame centers Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace as the only 4-time winners. The 7-1 Gobert anchored the Timberwolves' top-ranked defense this season. And he missed Game 2 out in Denver, but the defense was still present. And Rudy will be back in there Friday night for Game 3 at Target Center as the Timberwolves try to go up 3-0 over the Nuggets. And Nuggets guard Jamal Murray has been fined $100,000, but he did avoid a suspension after tossing a towel and then a heating pad in the direction of an official during Denver's 106-80 Game 2 loss to the Timberwolves. The NBA announced the fine on Tuesday. Minnesota coach Chris Finch called Murray's act dangerous and inexcusable, and he's right on both counts. Well, thanks for joining us for the podcast today. I hope you have a great day and come back and visit us tomorrow. Be sure to check out part 1 of that Otter Hockey History feature podcast that you can find on YouTube and any other platform that you use for your podcast. Thanks again for tuning in.
You've been listening to The Sports Moment with Craig Olson. Sponsored by Pemberton Law and Lake Area Docks and Lifts. Produced by Sunroom Lab. Music by Blue Red Roses. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast, and thanks for listening.